It's Carter Sports back on this USC coaching search for the new DC. It seems like USC finna have some competition coming up with Jim Leonhard. So let's talk about it. Carter Sports, let's go. And before I start this video, can you please give your boy a like and subscribe so I can keep bringing y'all this Trojan content on the daily. USC Carter Sports, let's go. And I'm finna get into it. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. So as we all know, USC finna have to hit the transfer portal big again this year. We finna have to hit it big again this year. We still got the same issues, still need more talent on defense. And now we got another issue because the offensive line is shaky. We need to get that together. So outside Colorado and right along with Colorado, we gonna have to be aggressive in the transfer portal again. These last 2 years, Lincoln Riley done grabbed 33 kids out the transfer portal and we still need more. This year alone, we might have to grab like 20. I'm telling y'all. So before this portal open on Monday, let's focus in on the area where USC need help at. Now, y'all know we need help on that defensive front. That's why I've been giving y'all video after video after video of defensive line recruits out of high school and kids as they hopping in the transfer portal. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So y'all already know, if you follow Carter Sports, that we need defensive linemen. So we got to hire that top-notch coach because we going to need a top-notch defensive coordinator to find them defensive linemen that going to bring a high impact. We just don't need no guy who just going to be out there on the field. See, Bear Alexanders don't grow on trees. It's not a lot of Bear Alexanders in the portal. And the ones that is, USC got to get them, but we going to be in competition with them. That's why we need to get this DC as fast as we can, because we going to not only need defensive linemen in the portal, we need impact players who gonna come in and make an impact. USC defense ranked 111th last year in the FBS in yards per rush, giving up 4.78 yards per rush after finishing 117th last year, giving up 4.9 yards a rush. The pass rush racked up 22 sacks in the first 6 games. But soon as the competition got thick over the last 6 games, they only got 5 sacks when the restrictive schedule got intensified. The new DC will have to add more depth and difference makers along the defensive front. I'm telling y'all, it don't matter what defensive coordinator we get. If we ain't got them bullies up front, it ain't gonna matter. We can have Bill Belichick, Rex Ryan, who the Chicago Bears 80 coach, the Chicago Bears coach for 85, like Walter Ryan, I forget his name. So sorry, Chicago Bears fan. But we can't do nothing without no men in them trenches. And it's not just the trenches and on the edge. We also need some linebackers. The linebacker play struggle. So the front 7 gonna take priority as USC moves to the Big Ten. We're gonna face plenty of programs that play like Utah, a bruising style that has given the Trojans so many problems over the past 2 years. USC was more talented this year on the defensive front, better than 22, but it still got a long way. It still ain't there. The offensive line. USC added 3 offensive linemen in last year's portal, but the offensive line didn't get it done this year. They got embarrassed playing against Oregon and UCLA and was thoroughly dominated, dog washed by Notre Dame. Dump trucked. The Trojans gonna be losing starting center Justin Dedich and Jared Kingston, who started games at right guard and right tackle. Starting left tackle Jonah Maheim could return, but has not yet been asked about his future. So USC got some stuff to figure out. If Maheim returns, that fills a spot at left tackle, but what about the right? We gonna put Michael Torkin back after he struggled so much in the season last year? Can the staff, can we trust an inexperienced Elijah Page against them Big Ten fronts? Or will it move Mason Murphy back out the right tackle after he started the final 6 games at right guard? Or would Geno be ready for the season after suffering a serious knee injury in the fall? Tarkin and Pregnon were 2 highly touted transfers who were very inconsistent this year. In Kingston, he had some issues too. Offensive line coach Josh Henson will have to make better evaluations if he goes back into the portal this offseason for sure. And the Trojan depth behind the starters is so young, they probably have to go into the portal for more experience. You know, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where USC need most his help. It could use the transfer at center, right tackle, or right guard. But the unit got to be better next year. The unit got to be better. The Big Ten defenses, they more physical and they got more size than when USC face in the Pac-12 on a regular basis. And then running back, you know, we gonna lose Austin Jones. He graduating. More than likely Marshawn Lloyd. He going into the draft. Barlow could leave. Malik Brown already transferred. So, you know, we might have to reach into the portal for the running back too. If all them guys leave, we can't just leave Quentin Joyner and our Marion Peterson, the only running backs. They nice, I like them. I don't even mind if they be the next 1-2 punch. But we need depth behind that, so we might got to go into the portal for that as well. Quarterback, we know the situation. We got Nelson and Miller Moss. I like them too. I like both them too. But we need depth behind them. I feel like for competition and for injury. Because what's the likelihood if Miller Moss and Malachi Nelson is both playing at a star level? Really, if we think about it, only one of them probably, the chances is only one of them going to be at the level that we need to compete with the best. We'll be lucky if they both at that level. But if they both ain't at that level, we going to need backup. So if we do get an injury for a game or two, it ain't going to be no big drop off. It ain't no panic. So we might got to go into the portal, I would, for a quarterback as well. And then we also lacking a number 1 wide receiver since Jordan Addison left. We ain't really had no true number 1. Brandon Rice, I ain't gonna lie, Brandon Rice, he played like a 1B this year. I ain't gonna lie, Brandon Rice was doing his thing. But if he our only elite wide receiver, then we might got to go into the portal with that as well, because he could go into the draft. We could lose Taj Washington as well. So Dorian Singer didn't produce like we thought he was. So if Taj go and Brandon go, we gonna need some more receivers unless we want to put it all on Zach and Deuce. And even if we do that again, we gonna need depth. Then of course the secondary. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Y'all know we need DBs everywhere, and especially if Kalen Bullock leave. You know, Zion, he suffered another injury. I don't know how serious that is. Christian Roland Wallace, he ain't got no more eligibility. He gonna go into the draft. We lost reserve safety, Zamarion Gordon as well. So, man, we gonna have to hit it everywhere. The DBs, the wide receivers, the linebackers, the defensive line, and the offensive line. And maybe the quarterback's like, I'm covering every unit, right? This is big, man. This is big. Just as important as the DC is the portal. Just as important as the portal is the DC. So, man, we need to kill in the portal. This need to be the dominant year. We go in the portal and really smash and get players that gonna make a true impact. Because y'all, I'm telling you, if this team is imagine this USC team this year without Caleb Williams. That could be the talent level that we enter the Big Ten with. If we pretty much around the same talent level that we got currently right now as I speak today, if we go in today with this roster into the Big Ten, we're getting smacked. And that's even if Miller Moss is decent. That's even if Zachariah and Deuce be balling. That's even if Bear continue doing what he doing. That's even if Tackett develop and show us what we thought he was gonna be. That's even with all that going right, we still would be getting smacked. So we basically gonna have to have a superstar laden transfer portal. Unless Miller Moss or Malachi Nessa is gonna be throwing 40 touchdowns and 5 interceptions like Caleb. Unless this offense don't miss a beat, we gonna be getting smashed. And then even if the quarterback decent, if the offensive line ain't right, we could just forget everything. We could just forget everything. Cause even with doing good in the transfer portal and hiring a great DC, the defense we still can't expect the defense to be dominant in 1 year. You know, I feel like we could expect it to be top 75, top 60, but we asking too much if we think it's gonna be top 30. So basically what I'm saying, even with good additions in the portal and a good DC, you know, our offense still gonna have to be lit. Our offense, I don't care who we bring in, our offense still gonna have to be lit. Whoever we bring in, his true impact gonna come in season 2. After you got kids a year in his system and a second recruiting class to double up on this one that he brought in his guys in his program. So the first year, the first guy gonna still be dealing with residue for the past couple years. Players and losing cultures, players that's used to losing and failing. Things that winning and losing is a habit. And right now, that defense at USC got a habit of sucking. So it's gonna take a defensive coordinator a while to bring that type of defense to the level of elite. See, I want our defense to be at a level we ain't gotta worry about if the quarterback a superstar or not. How we build right now, our quarterback has to be a superstar. We need to be like Georgia and Bama, to where them teams getting ranked in the top 10 no matter who the quarterback, because they know the rest of the team gonna be decent. They know the offensive line gonna be elite at Bama and the defensive line. They know that gonna be elite at Georgia and as well. So they know if you got an elite offensive line and defensive line, your quarterback ain't gotta be great. How many subpar average quarterbacks have we seen teams win with? A few. So we got to get it done, man. I know we all on this DC search, but after that, man, we need to be paying attention to this portal, because that gonna tell us what our future gonna look like, USC fans. That gonna tell us what our future look like. So I'm gonna keep bringing y'all content, man. Keep going in on what USC need. I'm gonna keep giving y'all updates on Jim Leonhard and anything USC. I'm finna report it, man, from the smallest to the little thing, because I love the Trojan fan. I love our community, and this is what we need to do. We need to do our part as fans too. As fans, we a part of building up the culture in the program too. We the voices. We could bring the lights. We could bring in more fans and more support and more attention to this university, and to make it more attractive to players. So everybody stand up, man. Everybody got a voice, use it. And until then, y'all fight on, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's Carter Sports, and I'm gonna be back with another one. Let's go, please.